going to be one of the big storylines is the intensity of these guys. They do only have 75 laps. Normally, they're 100 lap races, or roughly right around 100 miles. Um, so they got plenty of time to be able to really make moves and get some stuff going on for them. As to where now they don't really have any time to do anything, and they kind of have to be a little bit more impatient.
Yeah, Milwaukee. I It's a flat track. Uh, so I'd expect, maybe uh a kind of a race we saw at New Hampshire, kind of.
Yeah, as it
Yeah,
looks like
it
we
looks like
have
we have
um, roughly 20 guys.
21 guys.
Yeah.
Michael Crafton, currently the fastest in practice, 29.64. Robbie Keneally follows Crafton, a little bit off, but then you have over a tenth to the next person, Kelsey Rogers. Do you expect to see, another dominating performance from Robbie Keneally? He was so dominant until he had an issue later the last race.
Yeah, so
So
with
Robbie,
it should be a
good
good testing factor on
test
how
factor
well
on
he's able
how
to dominate this series.
It's a little bit of a hot track currently, 106 degrees. And it's another track like Phoenix last, slick track with a car without a lot of grip, and we saw the result at Phoenix last. Sometimes Discord's weird and it doesn't. But the changes I make.
Yeah, the other guy who's going to be somebody to watch is the O2 of Travis Pryor. Travis, he was very good last week, if you remember there, Caleb. And he had a really great run. And if I'm not mistaken, he ended up winning the race last week.
That good question. I believe yes, he did. I believe. Yeah, he was last to first last at Phoenix Raceway. The checkered flag is out in practice. Who are you watching for in qualifying, Josh?
So I've got a couple people that I'm going to be watching for. It's going to be the O2 of Travis Pryor, and then the 1K of Robbie Keneally. The other person I'd really watch out for is Robert Barber. He had a great run last week, so he's going to be another one that's going to be somebody to watch.
Yeah, it was crazy last week. We had, like 5 contenders. All of them crashed out of the race, except Keneally, who had a lot of damage and couldn't really do anything better than, third to fifth. But every other of our top 4 contenders just didn't finish the race last year.
Robert Barber going out for his qualifying lap there.
Yeah, and as you say that, it looks like we have a couple people making their first start. Matt Bate as Scott Formosa goes to the top. Kelsey Rogers, I don't believe seen all season. And then Bo Glenn, I don't believe we have seen all season either. So a few new names to this race. Scott Formosa still on the top, but as we say that, or Matt Vane actually to the top. But as we say that, Keneally and Crafton both have not made a lap yet, and I think those are going to be our front row. But Matt Vane, driver from the Midwest Club, and he just lost the lead to Michael Crafton. Crafton is fast, 29.6. We currently have 17 people who have qualified of our 21 entrants. With our pole sitter currently the 09 car of Michael Crafton, followed by Forever, followed by Vade, followed by Formosa, followed by Mark Fravert.
Yeah, and then you're going to have Kelsey Rogers, Chase Johnson, Preston Boers, Jonathan Smith, and then Robert Barber is actually going to round out the top 10 here so far.
Yeah, but we have a few people, who I feel like could definitely be in that top 10. Keneally, Hoyer, and Pryor.
Keneally goes to the top of the board there with a 29.64.
Yeah, just a few hundreds faster than Michael Crafton. Crafton, definitely has shown that he, at the bull ring, had something for Keneally. We now have all 21 people who have qualified. 21 cars here at Milwaukee. I think it should be a fun one, like we talked about earlier. Very short race. It's just 3/4 of what our normal 1 mile track would be.
Yeah, Keneally threw down a very quick lap time. He was 0.03 of a second quicker than Michael Crafton for the pole.
Yeah, let's go through our starting grid. On pole, Robbie Keneally. On the outside of the front row is Michael Crafton. Third place, Michael Fravert. Rounding out row 2 is Matt Vade. Last car in the top 5 is Travis Pryor. Scott Formosa in that 6th position. Mark Brabert will be in that 7th position. Kelsey Rogers in the 8th position. In row 5, you have Chase Johnson, and rounding out the top 10, Preston Boris. Row 6 is Jonathan Smith and Robert Barber. Row 7 is Louis Robinette and Michael Whitting. Row 8, Bo Glenn and Zach Hoyer. Row 9 is Austin Victory and Tyler Jordan. Row 10, James Sompy and Eddie Taylor. And rounding out the field, Joe Williams.
Yeah, 75 laps. These guys will not be changing their tires, as it looks like Robbie Keneally has yet to grid, as well as the 10th place car, the 51 of Preston Boers.
Keneally disconnected from the session.
Looks like Boers was able to get in here in that 10th spot.
Which means Michael Fravor is now our pole sitter.
Yeah, this is going to be the best start that we've seen Michael have. But I suspect Michael Crafton will have no time or have no problem getting around him very quickly here, as Crafton was very quick in practice, very quick in qualifying. So I suspect it's going to be Crafton, but you also don't want to leave out Travis Pryor, who moves up to that 3rd spot.
Yeah, the whole inside row moves up a spot. But, you know, we've seen Fravor, I think, last week, quite an aggressive setup. Kind of fell back a little. The pace car gets at a very weird time here at Milwaukee, as we are green flag racing.
Pryor and Fravor are both going to be able to get around the 09 of Crafton.
Yeah, but Crafton's still there and looking to the inside of Pryor. Oh, that was almost 3 wide right there. Pryor to the inside of Fravor.
Yeah.
Crafton also going to get to the inside of Michael Fravor.
Travis Pryor picking up where he left off last week. Out front.
And he doesn't have to miss grid this time either.
Out front and doing a good job, as we're going to get a very close look at these cars as the way go by. Back straightaway there. Camera on the wall. Nice touch.
Yeah, Pryor continues to lead. But Matt made it the 08, you know, he's someone I've not seen in this league before, but he seems to be fast here early, trying to get around that 72 of Michael Fravor.
So it looks like Robert Barber, he's sitting in that 12th spot and he's not moved up, not went down. Person who has really been consistent throughout this season.
Yeah, has had a few races where he's gotten in some accidents, but you know, I think he's a contender later on. I think we will see him maybe contend for a race win by the end of the season.
Yeah, back up front. Travis Pryor is under attack from the 09 of Michael Crafton here.
Yeah, Yeah, Crafton is fast, as evident in practice and as evident in qualifying. Yeah, but I mean, Milwaukee is a difficult track to pass at with these cars. Yeah, you can see Crafton getting all the way down to that bottom. I mean, you just can't seem to find a way around Pryor. But if these two touch or like make a mistake, you know, Michael Fravert is back there about a second behind them and could probably pound. Yeah, and I think we're seeing here the lack of grip that these cars can produce sometimes, and not really being able to get around.
Yeah, we go on board with the 09 of Crafton to sit here and watch him behind the leader of Travis Pryor and see the difference in lines, really. You mentioned that Crafton's able to get down to the bottom in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, he's not able to hold it down like Pryor's able to, but he gets a better run off the corner than what Pryor does out of 3 and 4.
Yeah, as Pryor still able to hold him off. You know, I'm not sure if there's a little understeer.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
Yeah, Bo Glenn.
A little tap there. It looks like it was the 31 of Coyer behind him. Just gets a little tap and around he goes. And
yeah, he just gets turned right there.
Yeah, as we go through the running order here on the caution, it's going to be Travis Pryor, your leader, Michael Crafton second. Then you're going to have Michael Fravert and Matt Vade, Chase Johnson, Scott Formosa, Mark Fravert, Kelly Rogers, Jonathan Smith, Preston Boers, Louis Robinette, Robert Barber, still sitting in that 12th spot, Tyler Jordan, Michael Whitting, Zach Coyer, James Somke, Austin Victory, Eddie Taylor, Joe Williams, and Bo Glenn.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Can, on this restart, if they pit, I don't know if they need to pit for fuel. So I think you're going to see a lot of people stay out because of that.
Yeah, and that's very possible. You know, it's 75 laps, 75 miles. So we've seen these guys push these cars to the very brink at bigger tracks like Gateway and New Hampshire.
Yeah, Robbie Keneally never took the grid, and I think that's going to make things interesting for this race lead. Yeah, 1 to green already, it looks like. Here on Milwaukee.
Yeah, and that's the...
Pryor, Michael Fravert, Matt Vade, and Chase Johnson.
like I said, is these caution laps here, they take no time at all to burn through on these cautions here. So we're going to be
All
at a
20
very
cars
fast
who took
pace.
the green flag are still in this race, as we are back green flag racing. Pryor gets a good restart, and Travert was looking to the inside of Kraft.
Yeah, Travert really had a
down to
good...
turn 3. Looks like we're going to be in the same situation we were before, Josh.
Yeah, well, Michael Travert goes wide, and he's going to lose at least one spot here, maybe two, if he doesn't get to the bottom there.
Yeah, I don't think that the outside's really where you want to be. I think you have to stick down in that black strip.
Yeah, and this track is very much like New Hampshire. We were just there, as we have a battle up front here.
Oh, to the inside, and crafting it down. Get the move done. We've seen them be able to hold the inside here in 1 and 2. Still side by side.
So this really has to make you think that Pryor is going to be a huge factor late in the race with the race lead.
Now, Rat just took the lead, and while he's able to pull away, but you just have to think, is Crafton abusing his tire too much? Ooh, someone's in the wall. Looks like it'll be saved, so we stay green.
You saw Pryor get loose off of turn 4 there, and that's something we haven't seen with Crafton. Is we've not seen him get real loose on the corners like what Pryor just did.
Yeah, and about a second behind our leader, Matt Vade. Could he potentially catch up to them? He's pulling away a little from this group back here.
Yeah, it's right now we have 3 people who are the biggest movers. Tyler Jordan, James Somke, and Eddie Taylor. They are all +5. Everybody else is +2 or +3.
Yeah, we have a bit of a battle behind. It looks like it is currently Robert v. Kelsey Rogers. Robert, either he's just stuck on this outside line, or he's made it a bit too of a setup. He's going to lose another spot to Formosa.
So we saw that last week at Phoenix. You had people who set the car up way too tight at the start, and at the end of the race, they were the ones up there making moves.
Because of all the leads so far, we're already on lap. Like we said earlier, very quick race. It looks like Fravert's going to get in line right behind Boris.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is currently single file.
And Michael Fravert is one of the biggest people who have lost spots here tonight. He is down 5 positions from where he started. Actually, technically
He's down 7.
7, yes, because he started on that front row.
Yeah, our pole sitter after Keneally left, he did not lead a lap. So that's tough for him.
We go back up front, go look at the gap between Crafton and Pryor's. Crafton's pulled away just a little bit, but it looks like he's overdriving these corners a lot more than what Pryor is. So you have to think that his tires are starting to go away just a little bit.
Yeah, but to save tires, you also don't want to underdrive it either. But Pryor, I think, got a bit wide there.
We go through our field. Matt Crafton is your leader. He qualified on the front row there in that second spot, and he is currently our leader. He has the fastest lap time with a 29.84. This last time by, he was 0.2 of a second, or 0.02 of a second quicker than what Travis Pryor was.
Yeah, and Travis Pryor is our second place driver, last to first last, and missed the grid. So if there's someone who can have speed, it's definitely Travis Pryor, and he has to prove it. He looks just a little bit slower than Crafton, but I would not be surprised if we saw that 0-2 go back to back.
Yeah, definitely one of the favorites to win here today with Crafton, with the 8 of Robert Barber, who had a very strong run last week at Phoenix. And in our third spot, we're going to have the 08 of Matt Vade. Vade is running in that third spot. He started in the fourth spot, currently running third. He's out there in no man's land, so to speak. He's got about a 1.1 second gap between him and fourth, and then about a 2.5 second gap between him and the second place car of Travis Pryor. In that fourth spot, we have Chase Johnson in that 20 machine. He looks to be under attack from the 36 of Rogers.
Yeah, Chase Johnson. I don't believe he was here last week. Very strong run for him, that fourth position right now. He's up 5 spots, or technically 3, from his 7th place starting spot. But he's going to maybe lose 4th.
Yeah.
And Josh.
What is that, Caleb?
Kelsey Rogers. Oh, caution. Out. Oh, someone's flipped over. James Sump is flipped over.
Yeah, watching the replay now, it just looks like the one in the 29 machine that is Jordan and Somke, and then Jordan trying to get Somke shaken off of him, and just flipped Somke over.
Very weird crash there. Like, I don't really know how to describe that. I don't know if that's iRacing's physics or really what happened.
So, Caleb, you mentioned Travis Pryor going wide a few laps ago, and I am being told that Travis had sneezed, and that is why he went wide.
Oh.
Travis Pryor goes into the pit lane. Very, well, no, I think he pulled the same strategy, pitted very early from a top 5 running position, pitted early last week at Phoenix, and it worked out for him, so maybe he's trying that same strategy this week.
Yeah, I just don't know, because we've seen that people do that exact same thing, and I just don't know when that has ever worked out for someone. Honestly.
Last week with Travis Pryor.
Well, I mean, he wasn't up there though, really though.
He was inside the
And
top
there was,
5 whenever he pitted last week at Phoenix. So he's running top 5, pitted early, much like he is here as we are on lap 31. I mean, he kind of broke it up in half here, so he should be good to go the rest of the way. These guys may have to pit, and if they have to pit, that's really gonna play into Travis's favor here, as we have the 1 to green. So let's go through the grid, or the running order. It's going to be Crafton, Vade, Rogers, Johnson, Formosa, Boers, Smith, Barber, Fravert, Robinette, Taylor, Mark Fravert, Coyer, Whitting, Jordan, Glenn, Pryor, Williams, Vickery, and Somke. The 20 cars on track.
yeah, 2 laps down is Somke. After he went on his lid a few laps ago. So we're coming to the green flag. Does Matt Vade have anything? We'll have to see if that strategy works for Pryor as we are green flag.
It does not look like Matt Vade has anything for Crafton. In fact, he's going to be under attack from the 36 of Kelsey Rogers. Rogers now has that second spot, and Vade has fallen 1 position from that second running position to the 3rd spot.
Yeah, I think Vade, he didn't get a great restart. We've seen so many times in this league. Starting second is not always the best thing ever.
Well, and the other thing you have to remember is the fact that maybe Vade in that 08 machine has a longer run setup on that machine. And we saw it there. He's picking up speed. And, he wasn't closing on the leaders, but he wasn't losing any time on the leaders right before that caution came out. So that could be what it is he has a longer run setup.
Yeah, the field again, single file. Scott from 80 Machine, I believe he got involved in a crash last year.
I think he was caught up in just about everybody's issues last week. Very unfortunate for him. It's good for him to have a bounce back week this week, running in that 6th spot. As right now, Travis Pryor, we're going to go check in on the O2 machine of Pryor. He started, I believe he started 18th, 17th or 18th, and he is up to the 11th spot in just a handful of laps after that pit.
Yeah, he's proving he has a fast car. Almost every time we've seen someone do this, it has worked out terrible for them. Losing track position, except what he did last.
And I think the reason why we don't see people pay off more for people is when you pit and you're starting in the back, you get caught up in other people's mistakes, and that's why it hasn't really paid off. And last week, it really did pay off for the Travis Pryor.
Yeah, as we are approaching the halfway mark, I think only 2 cautions so far. That's the least amount I think we've seen to a halfway point, other than Lime Rock Park.
Yeah. So the other car that's having a very decent run here is the 30 car Lewis Robinette, running in that 11th spot. As Travis Pryor got around him there. Pryor's going around the 72 of Michael Fravert for the 9th position. But Lewis Robinette having a very good run in that Bass Pro Shops machine. So really, calling races for people, you really see who's the front runners and who's the favorites, and you know who's running right around middle of the pack. And every time Lewis Robinette is running right on the verge of the top 10. And I mean, you don't have to win races to win a championship. We've seen it before. You don't have to win the races to win the championship. You just got to be smooth and consistent and rack up as many points every week as you can. And that's what the 30 of Robinette has done. He's been very consistent, very smooth week in, week out. And so I think, long term, throughout the rest of the championship.
Yeah, I coughed a little there. I think he appears to be faster. So he could get a nice solid top 10 here today. But it is Michael Crafton up in the lead right. He has a huge lead over Kelsey. But Pryor is in that 9th position, but he's almost 5 seconds back behind Crafton. I think he's going to need another caution if he wants to get up Crafton.
Well, now here's the other thing, right? And then we're not taking into account. If this race goes green the rest of the way, we only have 33 laps to go. This race goes green the rest of the way, and these guys have to pit. They're going to have to pit under green flag conditions, which means that Pryor can get around them and potentially put a lot of these guys flat down and really help himself for that 2 in a row.
Yeah, but do they need to pit again? I mean, I think it's going to be close, but I don't necessarily know if they do or not. But
so, in my experience, Caleb, you don't want to be so close that you are iffy whether you can make it or not. And I guarantee you, Crafton, Rogers, Vade, Johnson, Boers, and all these guys up front are going to be really paying attention to how much fuel they have left versus how many laps are left in the race. And that's when we're going to start seeing people make some mistakes. They're going to be looking down and maybe missing their braking points and overdriving corners, and that's going to be what's going to help Travis Pryor get back up to the front, as it looks like Pryor is closing in on the 8 machine of Robert Barber, and that is for that 8th position. Barber, another solid top 10 running day here so far.
Yeah, Robert Barber, very strong run until he had his issues last week, and an example of hitting gone wrong in the long term. But it looks like that. Oh, he's very loose. He gets a handle on it, but not before he loses spot to Travis Pryor.
No, and that's the thing is, even though he lost his spot to Pryor, Barber is still inside the top 10. He's going to be able to be like, all right, I need to calm down and get a handle on this car again and really drive it. Don't try to race the other cars. Race the track, and you might have to make some adjustments to how you drive the car in these corners because of the fact you're on old tires, the fact that the track is getting pretty slippery. He settled back down and really bounced back from the spins and whatnot that he's had.
Yeah, as we have a side-by-side battle for that 6th position right now, Scott Formosa and Jonathan Smith. I don't know what it is about like this little place range, but they always seem to be battling pretty hard. Eddie Taylor looks like he's involved in this one.
Yeah, as it looks like he just got loose coming off the corner, and he avoided the inside wall, looped it around, and really was able to avoid other cars.
Yeah, very fortunate I did not hit any other car. But, you know, we have 25 laps to go already. This race is flying by right now. Do we see people pit here? No, so I believe they can make it. I know Somke will probably be happy there's a caution, as he will get one of his laps back.
You know who else is happy that there's a caution?
Travis Pryor.
Yeah, as he's sitting in that 8th spot right in front of Robert Barber, as it looks like Barber's up 3 positions from where he started. Right now, the biggest mover's got to be Preston Boers. He's up 7 spots.
Yeah, I don't think we've mentioned his name all race. He has been very, very good.
He's been very flying under the radar, just kind of riding around us. It looks like he's got some right front damage, though.
Yeah. I think even with that, I think he still has a top 10 car. Or potentially a top 5. One thing I have noticed with these cars is they seem a little bit more durable than some of the other.
Yeah, so let's set the lineup here. Get the lineup out. It's Crafton, Rogers, Boers, Vade, Johnson, Smith, Formosa, Pryor, Barber, Fravert, Robinette, Jordan, Whitting, Coyer, Glenn, Fravert, Williams, Victory, Taylor, and Somke.
Yeah, Somke needs one more caution. I think we might get that one caution, you know, not that much laps to go, you know, followed by some people trying to get up through the field. I think this is where the shortness of the race is really going to come into play, because we essentially don't have this middle portion. Because, you know, normally when you are like, okay, we're halfway, it's now, okay, I have 20 laps to make of this. So going to be very interesting on what happens here. Lights are off on the car.
Yeah.
Michael Crafton with the lead. We have 19 cars on track, as Eddie Taylor is in pit road right now.
Very unfortunate for Eddie Taylor. She's going to go another lap down.
Yeah, and the pace car the pace truck actually, gonna roll off. And we are green flag, Michael Crafton. Preston Boers going to move himself up to second. It looks like it can keep it through this corner.
Travis Pryor back there 3 wide with the 80 of Formosa.
Oh, yeah. Very aggressive, and
Robinette.
yeah, there they go.
Awesome.
Big one here at Milwaukee. I saw Robinette get hurt.
Yeah, so it looked like Robinette and the 29 came together. That is Jordan and Robinette spun, and then a bunch of cars. The 72, the 11. There was one more car that I did not see. Maybe the 57 of Boglin. Or the 97 of Boglin.
Very unfortunate for a few of these drivers.
So it looks like the 22 of Whitting got involved. The 44 of Mark Frabbert got involved.
I think both Frabberts got involved.
Yeah.
Well, this is very good for driver of the one, because I believe he gets the lucky dog here.
Yeah, he did. James Somke going to be back on the lead lap, so that puts us with, it leaves us with 18 cars on the lead lap because Bo Glynn went a lap down.
But, yeah, whenever he seems to get a lap down, he just seems to get it back, I've noticed.
Yeah. So let's go over the running order here. It's going to be Crafton, Boers, Rogers, Johnson, Vade, Formosa, Smith, Pryor, Barber, Coyer, Mark Frabbert, Austin Victory, Jordan, Whitting, Williams, Robinette. As Robinette looks like he's out of the race, so it's going to be Frabbert, Somke, Whitting, Jordan.
Yeah, it was updating, so not sure how accurate that currently is right now, but it is constantly updating on us. Like, I saw it change like 4 times. Lights are still on the pace car. I wonder if we will get the 1 to green this time by. Lights appear to be out on the car.
Yeah, we did in fact get the 1 to go there.
We did or did not?
We did.
Oh, okay. Pace truck rolls off. We are back to green flag. Michael Crafton, Preston Boers. I do not want to start on the outside line. It's really been a tough time.
Yeah, Preston Boers really made a run for him there. He's right there on the back bumper. Crafton really runs through.
Yeah. Can he catch up to Crafton? Pryor looks like he's going to lose a spot off before to Matt Vade. He's on the outside of him right now.
Pryor may lose 2 spots. battling back on the outside of the '08 machine of Vade.
Oh, a bit loose by both of them there. Pryor will get the spot that lap, but the longer they are double file like this, the less time Pryor has as he's going to make under the apron to get side by side. Oh, Vade up into the wall. It looks like they are going save it. No caution. But if I'm Pryor, that's good for me.
Well, so the thing with Vade, yeah, he dropped down to the 11th spot, but he did a great job of holding it up there and avoiding wrecking anybody else in the field.
Yeah, I know. When I'm the other driver, it's so annoying when people hit the wall, but then they spin down or can't control it. So I'm sure he made a lot of people happy by keeping it under control. Crafton still has the lead. Force only about 0.6 back. I think hitting really did hurt Pryor. Because I just don't know if he has enough time, unless we have another caution. Even if we do, he's going to be in traffic.
Yeah, so with the O2 of Pryor back there in that 6th position now, he's up 2 spots from the 8th position where he restarted. And Robert Barber, I know we talked about him a little bit ago, he's moved up into the 8th or the 7th spot there. He got around 23 of Jonathan Smith. And he is right behind the O2, well, not right behind, because he has about 0.7 of a second gap between him and the O2 of Travis Pryor.
But look right in front of Pryor, though. Formosa went a bit wide in that corner. And Pryor is right on him right now. Pryor, I think, could eventually get up into that 4th position. He can pass both of them. I know he is faster than both of them, but we're going to have to see. Passing has been such a difficult task here at Milwaukee. Formosa to the outside, but Pryor going to sneak underneath him there. And I think Pryor gets...
Pryor's going to be up into that 5th spot. He's looks like he's on a man on a mission here with just a lap to go.
Did you see that right there? He kind of got a little too much of that apron right there.
Back up front, Preston Boers continues to put a little bit of pressure on the 09 of Crafton. We have not seen anybody really stick with him since the 02 of Pryor was up there battling with him early in this race.
Yeah, I think Boers might have saved his time. Crafton, I just, like I said earlier, I just don't know how much he did save the tire. But 0.2 could be a slip up from Crafton or just a really good lap from Boers. And that lap's still quicker, so I think, it's not just one thing. I think Boers is just a little bit faster as he seems to be really driving it.
The fastest car on track that last time by was the 36 machine sitting in 3rd spot with Kelsey Rogers.
Yeah, if I'm Kelsey, do I be patient? As he's right there to Boers.
I mean,
or
you got 5 to go. You don't really have time to be patient anymore.
Yeah, do I try to let Boers make the move? As I'm pretty sure Boers is liking that loose car right now. Because I know Boers can get me to, I know he can get me in front of Crafton, but do I just wait for that, or do I make the move myself and potentially lose some time for the race win?
It looks like Bors is able to really drive him a little bit deeper than what uh, the 09 Crafting and the 36 of Rogers is able to. So you really have to think that the 51 of Bors, it's his race not to win here, as it looks like the top two get loose out of the corner. And that's going to back them up a little bit closer to the 36 of Rogers.
Yeah, 3 to go. Can Boris make the move? I believe Boris does have the better car than Crafton. He gets in the wall right there. I don't think that's going to affect him, but we'll have to see. But, we only have 2 to go. Can he get to that bumper and potentially get past that 09 of Craft?
Yeah, so Pryor is up to 4th. He pitted earlier. He's down to 17th. And now he's back up into the top 5 again.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't think I'm going to make it back to where he was, but Boris, this could be his race, but he has to have a great 1 and 2 and set up the move in 3 and 4. He's going to be a bit slower again that way.
Yeah, but see, he really closes the gap going into the corners. He gets down, he gets those right sides on that rumble strip there, as we are on the white flag lap here.
Yeah, he's too far back. Can Kelsey Rogers maybe get second?
Well, you also have to think, and no, the lap traffic is just going to pull up and let these guys get around.
Oh, that was almost bad for Boris, as the second place will go to Boris. Kelsey almost made a move there, I think.
Yeah, as we go through the running order here, the finishing order rather, it's going to be Michael Crafton, Preston Bors, Kelsey Rogers, Travis Pryor, Chase Johnson, Scott Formosa, Robert Barber came home in that 7th spot. Great run by Barber there. Jonathan Smith, 8th. Michael Fravert, 9th. Zach Coyer, 10th. Matt Vade is 11th. Mark Fravert is 12th. Michael Whitting is 13th. James Somke, 14th. Tyler Jordan, 15th. Lewis Robinette, 16th. Austin Victory is going to be 17th. Joe Williams, 18th. Eddie Taylor, 19th. Bo Glenn, 20th. And then 21st was Robert Keneally. As your big mover tonight, looks like it's going to be
Preston Boris, maybe?
Yeah, Preston Boris started 10th, finished 2nd. Your biggest loser, so to speak. Maybe Michael Fravert. He was down 8 spots.
Or technically, it was down 10.
No, down
or 8. Yeah,
down
never.
8.
I was so used to that. If I can maybe get you again on that.
Yeah, so we'll wait and try to get these guys in for an interview here real quick and see if we can't talk to these guys about the race here this evening. All right, we got our race winner, Michael Crafton. Michael, congratulations on the big win here. We saw Travis Pryor pull a little strategy there, or it could have been a really interesting race there at the end. I mean, it was interesting, but it could have been a lot, a lot different of a race had Travis stayed out.
Yeah, I think he was getting a little worried about the fuel being getting real low there at the end. I was pretty sure we were going to make it, so I just stayed out. I think he was trying to just come up with a strategy. He was pushing a little hard early in the race. It kind of caught me off guard when he pitted. I checked my fuel. I was like, wonder why he's pitting, and yeah, that's what he said over the mic. But once he pitted, I was like, all right, that's one less car to worry about. But then I saw he kept coming up the rankings, and then I was like, well, if we get another caution here, it's going to get interesting here.
Yeah, he's strong. He was strong last week, and unfortunately, he got caught up in some stuff last week. But it's one of those cases to where you never know who's going to finish where, and you never know who's going to be able to win the race, and really makes it a lot of fun to call these races.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So now, did this track play out a little bit more like New Hampshire, or was it a little bit more like a gateway?
I'm gonna say it's more like New Hampshire because it's real long track and just really got a lot of straightaway to work with, and you really got to keep your momentum up. I mean, it was hot and slick tonight, so we were really trying to save the tires that we could, and whoever saved the most was probably going to be there at the end. So, yeah, it was probably more like New Hampshire there.
All right. Well, congratulations on the big win here tonight. We'll let you thank your sponsors and get on out of here and enjoy the win.
All right. I just want to thank All Out for putting this on, and Crafton Motors, everybody back at Crafton Motorsports.
All right, buddy. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you.
All right, we are here with our second place finisher, Preston Boers. Preston, you were giving it everything you had there to try to get around Crafton for the race win there at the end. It just looked like the car was a little too loose on exit.
Yeah, definitely. It was pretty loose all race. I think everybody was kind of having that same issue, especially off of four. You can kind of get down that dip and it really freed it up. But having to come from I'd say midway field, starting 10th, just kind of getting beat around a little bit there in the beginning. I really didn't think I had anything at all, and then just all of a sudden we just found a groove and kind of started picking them off one at a time, and eventually it was up to second, knocking on the door, and I think I had a fast car at the end. It just I don't know. He definitely was able to manage his tires being up front for the whole race, and he was just able to outbeat me. That's all.
Yeah, and you were the biggest mover, and biggest mover tonight. You started 10th, and you drove it up 2 seconds, so you were up plus 8 spots. One of the biggest movers of the night. So anytime you're able to come in and do that against the competition that is in this series, you really have to build some confidence going into the next race.
Oh yeah, always ready for the next one. Just whatever track takes.
All right, well, buddy, we're gonna let you thank your sponsors, get on out of here, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Oh yeah, just want to thank everybody that helps me out. Solely sponsored here, but just racing hard every week. Thank you guys for putting on a good show too.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week, and it should be another fun race. All right. We are here with our third place finisher, Kelsey Rogers. Kelsey, congratulations on the huge win. Or the huge third place finish, not the win, third place. Doing things a little different here tonight, but you really was up there continuing inside the top 5 all night.
Yeah, we had a pretty good run. Had to drop back a few spots there at the start of the race, which I think that cost me my tires there at the end for anything from Michael and Preston. Preston seems like he did a good job saving it throughout the race. So it was fun, home track, and we'll go into next week maybe.
Yeah, and you talk about Preston saving his tires. He said the same thing about Michael. But there at the end, whenever coming to the checker, Preston got really loose off of turn 4. Yeah, I feel like that was your best opportunity to be able to get around Kelsey.
Yeah, I kind of had let him go on that last restart, or I think next to last restart there. He jumped to me, and I missed a shift, so he got me there, and I just couldn't get him back. But we were all loose the last 20 laps. I don't think anybody was holding anything out. I know I almost wrecked several times, and I saw the 2 in front of me. They were pretty sideways coming out of the corners.
All right, buddy. Well, we're gonna let you thank your sponsors, get on out of here, and enjoy the rest of your evening here.
Enjoy the rest of my quarantine. Just want to thank Robert for putting on a good league, and you guys for broadcasting. Not really anything on the sponsor side, so just a good run, everybody, tonight, and it was a fun race.
All right, buddy. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep. Take care, guys.
All right.
Okay, we have Robert Barber. He is the league founder. And for you guys who do not know, he's also an official at the Nashville. Is it the Fairgrounds Speedway or is it just Nashville Speedway?
It's Fairground Speedway in Nashville.
All right, there we go. Something kind of cool. Don't really get to talk to a whole lot of officials. So the next couple weeks we got some special things going on. I'll let you explain to everybody what's going on the next 2 weeks here.
Yeah, basically we have about 4 big show events that we do throughout the year, and the first one's coming up this week or this next 2 weeks. It's the Short Track Nationals, for virtual Short Track Nationals at Bristol. And basically next week, what we're gonna do is it'll be broadcasted at Thursday night, normal time, 8:00. We're gonna do single car qualifying. You'll get to see everybody qualify. And then we're going to have a 50-lap last chance qualifier. We're going to lock in the top 10, and then everybody's going to race for the next 14 spots to fill out the field. and then the following Thursday, we're actually going to have the 200 lap main event feature, same time, 8 o'clock, and it'll be straight racing, no qualifying or nothing. The field's going to be set next Thursday, so we're really excited for that.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. We're coming up to a very fun part of the schedule here, and I'm really looking forward to being able to broadcast these races. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Tonight's race was the tip of the iceberg, man. I tell you what, that was a blast, and you really had to drive the car. Everybody did a great job, and it was a heck of a show. At least from my point of view, we had some great battles all throughout the track, and you're going to see that in the next coming weeks. I mean, we got Bristol next week. We're going to have to change a little bit of the schedule because Nashville, I think, is not going to be out till later on in the year. So we're going to replace that with North Wilkesboro when it comes out on the service. So really looking forward to getting on that track, and you just got some really fun races coming up, and we're looking forward to it, man. The racing tonight was great, and it's been great all year.
Yeah, so three of the next four races we are going to be at Bristol, according to the schedule, and you have the final copy there. So I may be wrong here, but next 3 of 4 races will be at Bristol. So Bristol's always a fun track. Half-mile track. It's going to be a lot of fun there. And then we're going to go to places like Oxford, South Boston, Langley. Those are all going to be tracks that these guys are really going to have to be conservative with their equipment and be able to have a shot to be there at the end.
Yeah, definitely. One of the rules that we have and we've always had is we have to finish the race on the same set of tires we start on. The only difference on that is next week we will get a halfway break or somewhere around the halfway, and everybody's going to have one set of tires, but they can actually use that one set of tires at any point throughout that race. So strategy is really going to play into effect. You might have guys take it on lap 150, or you might have guys take it on lap 75. So it's going to be fun. That's the only time we ever get to take tires is on the big race. So when you get to tracks like Oxford Plains and you're doing 150 laps on the same set of tires, it's a handful. And these guys are really going to have to be mindful like they was tonight. And I'm looking forward to it. And I think it's just going to be a great show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we will see you next week at Bristol. It's going to be a lot of fun. Caleb and I will be there with the call. And, like always, it's always a pleasure working with you guys. You guys are really great. And any given night, anybody can have a shot at winning. That's what's really awesome about this league. And you guys got a lot of great talent put together here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And that's what's fun about it is we got a great group of guys. But we really appreciate what you guys do. Y'all put on great broadcasts. They're fun to watch, fun to go back and watch. You can, for anybody who doesn't know, you can go to the website at www.alloutesport.com. And you can actually watch all of y'all's past broadcasts. I post them up there, or you can go to YouTube or check you guys out on Facebook. Y'all do a great job, and I appreciate everything.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to Bristol next week.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, you too. All right. Well, then that's going to close out our coverage. We had the league founder in there. Talk to you guys a little bit about what is coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys are tuning in for that. But like always, make sure you guys are staying safe, taking care of yourselves, and doing what you guys need to do to keep staying safe. We will see you guys. I'll see you guys here in about an hour or so for the Iron Aces Sprint Car Series. And until then, have a great night.